morning, family. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Spencer, and I'm outside today to teach my people a little history about the Bible. Now, a lot of people may think that the Bible is a religious book. However, what we don't know is that it's more historical than anything. It's a history book. It's a history book of the Israelites. Now, the people nowadays, they don't know who the Israelites are. Damn enemies. They know, but we don't. And it's so sad. It's sad that everyone knows who we want. Everyone knows who we are except for us. Literally, everyone. And they're keeping it a secret. They're keeping the secret of who the true Jews are. In Israel, you have a group of people called the Jewish people. Now, there's no such thing as Ish. There's no such thing as Chinese-ish, African-ish. There's no such thing. So when they say that they're Jewish, what they're really saying is that they are not the real Jews. And if that's what they're saying, they're blatantly telling you, I am Ish. Like, ma'am, you're a grown woman. If I called you child-ish, that means you have the tendencies, the likeness, and the characteristics of a child, even though you're not. So when they say that they're Jewish, what are they really saying? They're saying that they are not the real Jews. So if they are not the real Jews, who's the real Jews then? What does the word Jew even mean? What does it mean to be a Jew? This is a great misconception and misunderstanding. If you take a look at this chart right in front of me, the word Jew is actually short for Judah. And Judah is one of the main tribes in the 12 tribes of Israel. Israel, his name was Jacob before it was changed to Israel. You can read about this history in the Bible, you know? And our people don't know anything about this. So that's why I'm here today to teach my people, which are the 12 tribes of Israel, who they really are. And if you never heard of this before, you may want to, when you read to them, you may want to do some research. Because most of you are Jews and you don't even know. What does it mean to be a Jew? I'm going to tell you right now. What it means to be a Jew, it means that you're a physical, literal descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Your bloodline. You come from the holy people in the Bible. The Bible is actually talking about you. And I know you may not know, or you may not have heard of anything about this, but that's why I'm out here today to tell my people who they really are. So we're going to read the Bible today, and we're going to actually see who the real Jews are. Because Moses was a Jew. Moses was an Israelite. See, the word Israelite means you are a descendant of Israel. Israel's name was Jacob. Jacob was Isaac's son. Isaac was Abraham's son. So if you're an Israelite, that means you are a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And we're going to see the prophecy that Moses wrote pertaining to his people, the Israelites, which would happen to them. We're going to read it right now. Apologize, it took me some time. I was going to start at Deuteronomy chapter 28. Now I'm going to start at Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1. The fifth book of Moses called Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan, in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran and Tophel and Laban and Hazarah and Zizahad. Now, as you can see, Moses is making it very clear. He was speaking to the children of Israel, which is us. We are the children of Israel. I'm going to jump ahead to chapter 28. In chapter 28, I'm going to explain the prophecy that Moses was telling his people, what would happen to them. Let's see what Moses said to his people. I'll go on from this. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass. This is what Moses is telling the children of Israel. He's prophesying what would happen to his people, which are Israelites. All of you standing right here, Israelites. So this pertains to you. Moses told us in chapter 28 of Deuteronomy, verse 1, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations on the earth, of the earth. Now, where in that scripture does it say that we are all created equal? Where in that scripture does that say we're all supposed to get along with one another? No. Moses told the children of Israel that if we kept the commandments of our God, he would set us on high above all nations. The position that the white people have on the earth right now, I'm going to get into that. But that would have been us if it's a stipulation. If you do something bad, something bad happens. You do something good happens. It's common sense. Moses, I'm going to read it again. Moses told the children of Israel this. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, meaning it is going to happen, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations. And all of these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. So that's what happened to us. We did not do what Moses said. We chose not to listen to the prophet Moses. We chose to do the opposite of what Moses said. And let's see what happened to us. Were we blessed? No, we were not. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. Cursed, we're going to be cursed. So right now, as a nation of people, we are cursed. We are cursed. The Israelites are cursed. There is a curse on our people because we did not obey our gods. We did not keep the commandments. The prophecy that Moses told the children of Israel, like he said it would, it came to pass. We are cursed. We are cursed. We are cursed. How do we lift the curse? It's very simple. Keep the commandments, you're blessed. If you don't keep the commandments, you're cursed. It's plain as day. Who can't understand that? Now, I'm going to go to the book of Hosea. Hosea is one of the forefathers of the Israelites. And we're going to see what Hosea the prophet had to say about his people. Let's see what Hosea had to say. Again, remember I told you, this entire Bible is a history book for who? The children of Israel. Brothers, did you know that you descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? You come from the same place, family. Come from Jamaica. But the people of Jamaica, how did they get there? Slave ships. Slave ships. I'm going to go right back to Deuteronomy 28. I'm glad that you came back, brother. Because what we don't understand as a people is that slavery is a part of one of the curses. This was prophesied to happen to us if we did not keep the commandments of our God. So because the Israelites did not keep the commandments, we were cursed. God sent us into slavery. God made that happen. He told Moses to tell the children of Israel, which are these people right here, that if you do not keep these commandments, I am going to curse you. And a part of the curses was us being sent into slavery. I'm going to read it right now. So the Bible says to prove all things. So that's what I'm doing. I'm proving everything that I'm saying.
The Bible, a white man Bible.
No, brother. Moses is a black man. In the Bible, it condemns the white man. It tells you that the white man is going to be our slave. Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity. Who built them? Who built the pyramid? Before the pyramid.
No, we're not talking about the word that the Bible is dated 2,000 years ago. How long ago Christ was born? 2,000 years ago, right? According to the Bible, right? So I'm saying, how long ago the pyramid was built? It's BC. Hold on. The pyramid means, when you do the pyramid time, you say BC.
Before Christ.
BC means before Christ. Right? We're talking that's facts, right?
Moses was before Christ also.
Oh, no problem. But I'm going to say to you
that's
now.
what I'm saying. These words is older than the pyramid.
I'm saying, no.
I'm telling you.
But I'm saying to you now, the pyramid, that Kemetic.
We're not, no.
You could say that.
I'm telling you.
And I could say we're not according to what you're saying, right?
But I'm proving it.
You're not proving it.
I am proving it.
The book that you have is a belief.
No, it's not a belief.
It's a belief.
It's a history book.
No, it's not a history book.
It is a history book.
If you want to know history, you got to find an African.
One second, brother. I hear you. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68.
That's a belief book.
It's not a belief, my brother. It's facts. It's history. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt. The word Egypt is synonymous with bondage and slavery. We were slaves in Egypt. The Israelites were slaves in Egypt. Why? Because we disobeyed the word of our Lord and He sent us into captivity. That's one of the curses, right? And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. With ships. The Lord said He's going to bring us into Egypt again with ships. We're not in Egypt right now. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. What is Moses talking about? Moses is talking about the Israelites leaving their homeland, fleeing persecution from the Romans in 70 AD, running into the west and south Saharan parts of Africa, which is where these white people came. And like he said, and the Lord shall bring thee, He brought us there. The Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. So if this is not a historical book, please tell me what the hell Moses was talking about. And Who is the only nation of people that went into slavery on ships? Who is the people that went into slavery on ships? Was it not black people? Is that not what I'm talking about right now? So that's proof that we are the children of Israel. And Moses was talking to us. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold. There where? Jamestown, Virginia, 1776. There's Google, look it up. Please do your research, family. We are the Israelites of the Bible. The people in the Bible is us. It's us. Moses was a black man. He was an Israelite from the tribe of Levi. The modern day Levites would be the Haitians. The people that's in Haiti today would be the same kin. They're the same people as Moses. But they don't know that, unfortunately. That's why, again, I'm out here for my people, to teach them our history that's in the Bible. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. See, we were slaves. The Bible is talking about black people going into slavery. Why? Because we did not keep the commandments. Now we're being oppressed. Now we're being afflicted by our enemies. Let's see something. Okay, all right. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 45. Moses, again, speaking to who? The children of Israel. And he's saying in verse 45 of chapter 28, Deuteronomy, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. Remember this word, destroyed. Moses is telling the children of Israel that if we don't keep the commandments, take a look at this sign, brother. Do you see yourself on this sign, brother?
Yeah, I saw you all
Israel. No, I'm not with IYC, but they're teaching the same exact thing. Family, we the Israelites, man.
Yeah, I know about it.
All right, man. Keep the commandments, okay, brother?
You are right.
I'm right, right?
Yeah.
Tell them. Moses was speaking to the children of Israel in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 45. Moses was telling the children of Israel that, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee. Why? If we don't keep the commandments, we would be cursed. So that's what happened. So all these curses, they overtook us. And the curses shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed. Remember, we are going to be destroyed. Why? Because we don't keep the commandments. Till thou be destroyed. Because thou hearkenest not. Don't listen. That's our problem as a people, as a nation. We don't like to listen. We don't like to listen. We don't like to listen. So because we don't listen to God, it's not like we're not listening to like somebody else. God is telling Moses to tell us, keep the commandments and be blessed. Or don't keep the commandments and be cursed. So, do you like to be cursed? No, I do not like being cursed. So what am I? I'm keeping the commandments, and so should you. So should you. That's why in John chapter 14, my brother, do you see your nationality on this side, my brother? Okay. We are the children of the Bible. The Bible is talking about us. We went into slavery for not keeping the commandments, brother. Moreover, Deuteronomy 28, verse 45. Moreover, Moses is speaking to the children of Israel, which is us, Hispanics, blacks, and Native Americans. You are the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee. It's going to follow you. It's coming after you. As long as you don't keep the commandments, you're cursed. You are going to be cursed. until thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. I'm not telling you to do anything. God is. My sister, did you know that your history is in the Bible? Did you know that slavery is in the Bible? So why don't we listen to what God says to us? Did you know that God said this, if we listen to him, did you know that we will be blessed if we listen to him? So why don't we listen to him, sister? You don't know, right? Watch this. Moses said that in Deuteronomy 28, verse 46, to the children of Israel, which is us right here. And they shall be the curses. The curses shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder. Have you ever wondered why black people are always getting killed by police? Have you ever wondered why black people are always going to jail for nothing? Have you ever wondered why black people are always killing black people? Because we're cursed. Why are we cursed? Because we do not keep the commandments of our God. We are the children of Israel. God made a covenant, which is an agreement with his people. And as long as we don't keep that end of our covenant, we're going to be cursed. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 46. Moses is speaking to the children of Israel pertaining the curses. And the curses and they. When he says they, he's talking about the curses. And they shall be upon thee for a sign. For a sign. We are cursed to this very day because it's a sign to our people that what? For a sign and for a wonder. We wonder why we get killed by police. We wonder why we always go into jail for no reason. For a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed. So that means our kids will be cursed. If we don't keep the commandments, sister, we're going to be cursed. Our kids will be cursed. Forever. 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 If we do not keep the commandments. If the children of Israel do not keep these commandments, we will be cursed forever. Understand that. 47. Why? Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies. Wow. Moses is telling the children of Israel, which is our people, the black people, you are the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel. Don't forget that. Because we don't serve God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart and for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger. If you're hungry, you're going to have to work for a piece of paper with a white man's face on it just to buy food. And in thirst, you're going to have to work for your enemies, Israel, because you're cursed, because you don't keep the commandments, Israel. And in nakedness, if you want clothes, you want food, if you want water, you need to have money. Whose face is on the money? Watch this. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies. You're going to have to serve your enemies in want of all things. If you want anything, you have to serve your enemy just to get some food, just to get some water, just to get some clothes. And in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Who did that happen to? Hold on. I wish I had someone else to help me right now. But who did that happen to? In this image right here, you can clearly see when we were in slavery. I mean, we're still in slavery today. It's just a mental slavery. But before it was physical. We are the children of Israel. And if we don't keep the commandments of our God, we will be cursed. We are cursed. Israel were cursed. And the enemy put a yoke of iron around our neck until he have destroyed me. So that means that when the yoke of iron came off of our neck, that means that we have successfully been destroyed. Destroyed meaning what? Watch this. I'm going to read the book of Hosea. Hosea is our forefather, right? My brother, do you see a nationality on the sign, brother? Do you see a nationality on the sign right here, my brother? Where are you from? What's your nationality? Black? Jamaican? Me too. That means that we come from the tribe of Benjamin. How did the people that are in Jamaica get there? Slavery, right? Slave ships. Did you know that's in the Bible? It's in the Bible. My brother, that only happened to us because we did not keep God's laws. As soon as we keep the commandments, we're going to be blessed. You're Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin, my brother. Please don't forget that. Thank you. And I'm going to read Hosea. This is the book of Hosea. Hosea is an Israelite. I don't remember what tribe he's from right now, I'm sorry. But I know for a fact he's Israel because look what he says. The book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. My sister, do you know that you are Israelite? You descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay. Hosea chapter 4, verse 2. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out. They break out, and blood touches blood. Therefore shall the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish. With the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven, yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. I'm gonna get there. Hold on. Hosea chapter 4, verse 4. Yet let no man strive, nor reprove another, for thy people are as they that strive with the priests. Therefore shalt thou fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with thee in the night. Remember Nat Turner? That's basically what he's talking about. And I will destroy thy mother. Wow. This is the main point of what I was getting to. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. Remember, Hosea is talking to the who? The children of Israel. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are the children of Israel. My people, Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed. Remember what Moses said in the book of Sister? Do you see a nationality here? Where are you from, sister? All right. Hosea was saying to his people that my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge. Mind you, who's telling Hosea to write this? God. God is telling Hosea to tell the children of Israel that we get destroyed for not keeping God's commandments. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. My brother in the green, come here real quick, bro. Where you from, my brother? What's your nationality?
Jamaica.
From Jamaica, me too.
Yeah, man.
So, how did we get to Jamaica?
Yeah.
No, like, how did the people that in Jamaica right now, how did they get, where did they come from? Where?
Something like
Africa.
Yeah.
How did they get from Africa to Jamaica?
I guess by a ship or
Ships. Doesn't that, my brother, did you know that? Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Did you know that that's in the Bible, brother? That's in the Bible. Deuteronomy 28 says, 28 verse 6 says we will go into slavery on ships if we don't keep the commandments. My brother, Moses is an Israelite. We are the same people. The people in the Bible is us. We are the real Jews.
Yeah.
Us. Christ looks just like us. Black.
Yeah.
Black, bro. And we don't know that. Because they made us think that we look like this guy right here. Who did that? The white people.
Yeah.
They're our enemies. So when you read Deuteronomy 28, it says we will be blessed if we keep the commandments.
Yeah.
If we keep these laws that God gave Moses to give to the children of Israel, which is who we are, we will be blessed.
Yeah.
But if we don't keep the commandments, we're going to be cursed, brother.
Yeah.
And that's how we got, my brother, you will listen like this repentance. Thank you, my brother. Stay blessed. Yeah. We are the real Jews. It's us. That's why the people in Israel call themselves Jewish. Jewish. Man, you a grown-ass woman. If I call you childless, that means you have the tendency to likeness of a child, even though you're not. So when they say that we're Jewish, when they say that they are Jewish, that means that they're not the real Jews. So if they're not the real Jews, who's the real Jews then? It's us. It's us. Hosea was telling the children of Israel to be, there's no knowledge, no mercy, nothing. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. Check this out. We'll go back to Deuteronomy. How you doing today, sister? You know that you're reading the Bible? So God said that the children of Israel would be destroyed and we will be cursed because we don't keep the commandments. Check this out. Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39. This is the Most High God speaking to Moses to tell the children of Israel to say what? See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. God is saying, I'm here by myself. It's me. I'm alone. I'm God. That's what God is saying. He's telling that to Moses to tell us. There is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So when Moses told us that we would be destroyed, did Moses destroy us? No, he did not. Moses did not destroy us, sister. He was telling us the information to keep us from getting destroyed. Because God is the person that cursed us. God is the person that gave us the laws. Because he had chosen us to be a holy people unto himself. But if we're not doing what God said, why would we be blessed? How could God bless us if we're not doing what God told us to do? So that's why we're cursed. That's why us black people went into slavery. It's in the Bible, my brother. If you read the Bible, you'll see that it's a history book. It's not a religion. Where you from? Where you from, my brother? What's your nationality? All right, all right. You know, our people, they don't want to listen. It's all good. I'll show you why. I'll show you why. don't listen. Right now. My brother, do you see a nationality on the sign? All right, bro. All right. We all know Christ is a Jew. What does Jew mean? The word Jew is short for Judah. Judah is one of the tribes of the 12 tribes of Israel. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. We are descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We are the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel. Now let's see what Christ looked like, because this is why our people don't believe. I'm going to show you right now what John the Revelator seen. He had a vision. I'm going to tell you right now, bro. The reason why our people do not believe this book is because we sincerely think that Christ is a white man. Christ is not no white man. No blonde hair, no blue eyes. Watch this. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to shew unto his service. My brother, what's your nationality, brother? What's your nationality, sister? African American? That means you're from the tribe of Judah, just like Jesus Christ. How did we get here, sister? Slavery, right? Did you know that that's in the Bible? It's in the Bible. Moses told the children of Israel. Thank you, sister. All praises, thank God. Sister know the truth. Why don't you? She knows that Christ is black, so why don't you? What's going on, my brother? All right, King. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to shew unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel. And he sent and signified it, oh, I said it right, by his angel unto his servant John. How you doing today, sis? All right. Watch this. Revelation chapter 1, verse 13. I'm going to jump down to 13. Losing my voice, but bear with me. How you doing today, my brother? What's your nationality? You more? You know you're a Jew, right? So, Revelation chapter 1, verse 1 says, the angel was revealing to John something that he's going to show to his servants, and it's shortly going to come to pass, right? Watch this. Revelation chapter 1, verse 13. And in the, well, let me start at 12. I'm going to start at verse 12. Revelation chapter 1 and verse 12. And I turned, this is John speaking, and I turned to see the voice that spake with me. And being turned, my brother, do you know that you look just like Christ? This brother looked just like Christ, and he don't even know. But watch this. And I turned to see the voice that spake with, how you doing today, brother? I turned to see the voice that spake with me. And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment, like mine, it's a garment, with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps. How you doing today, my brother?
Speak on, baby.
How you doing today, my brother?
I'm good. Speak
All right,
on,
King.
man.
What's your nationality, brother?
I'm black African.
My brother, there's no such thing as black. Where's the land of black? How did we get here?
Africa, baby.
How did we get here from Africa? Slave ship, right?
Yes, same shit.
Did you know that that's in the Bible?
Yes, it's fine.
Can I read it for you?
Yes,
I'm gonna read it. Stay right there. I'm read it for you. I'm gonna get back to you. Come here, my brother. Come here.
Come in close.
Please,
man.
please.
Come on, baby. Come
All right.
close.
What's your nationality?
Me, I'm Spanish.
Spanish. What's your nationality?
Black.
Dominican black?
Yeah.
All right, my brother.
But I said I was black. You said I came from the slave ship.
He's the same thing. I'm gonna show you right now in Deuteronomy. Moses is an Israelite. He's a black man just like us from the tribe of Levi. That's the Haitians. Moses was speaking to the children of Israel, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Amen.
Jacob's name was changed to Israel, right? We are the kids of Israel. We are the children of Israel. Now, in Deuteronomy, Moses was telling the children of Israel what would happen to them if they kept the commandments or not.
Wow.
So we're gonna see what happened to us, bro. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. It shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God. If we shall hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, my brother, and to do which all these commandments, the commandments, Moses is telling his people from God. If we keep his commandments, we will be blessed. We will be blessed. But, verse 15, but it shall come to pass. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So as a people, my brother, we're cursed. We are cursed because why? We did not keep the commandments of our God.
Amen to that.
One of the curses is us going into slavery. I'm going to read it right now. I'm going to read it. Out the Bible, King James Version. I'm going to read it.
King James Version. Version what?
Well, I mean, King James is a black man himself. He's an Israelite himself. The King James Version is good.
Oh, yeah.
King James, man. So, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68 says,
The shit don't want to work.
and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt. Now, we were slaves in Egypt. We built the pyramids. The pyramids of Giza was built by us. We built those in slavery. We were slaves in Egypt. So, Moses is telling the children of Israel that if we don't keep the commandments, we're going to go into slavery again. We're going to go into Egypt again with ships. With ships. Who did that happen? My brother, who did that happen to?
That's true.
That happened to your ancestors, right?
Yeah.
That happened to my ancestors. That's how I got to Jamaica. My dad was born in Jamaica. I was born there. But how did we get here? How did we get from Africa, bro? Slave ships. If we don't keep the commandments, we're going to be cursed. That was just one of the curses, my brother. There's so much curses. Us getting killed by police. Us killing one another. Us being in jail. Brother, if you don't want to be cursed, you want to be blessed, keep the commandments. You want to go to heaven? Because look, this world is coming to an end. You have to understand, God loves you. You're an Israelite. And if you don't keep the commandments, you're going to be cursed, my brother. That's all I wanted you to know. You know, where's your dad from? Where's your dad born? Yeah. Puerto Rico? So that, wow, you're so dark skinned, brother. I would think you Judah or Benjamin, but you actually from the tribe of Ephraim, according to the Bible. Well, you know, for the most part, yeah. That would mean that people, look, watch this. The word Puerto Rico means rich port. Are the people in Puerto Rico rich? Are they rich? No. So, what does how did the people of Puerto Rico get there? Slave ships, my brother. That's a curse. That's a curse. So the only way for us to stop being cursed as a people is for us to keep the commandments. That's the only way, my brother. I'm telling you, my brother. Because look, Christ is coming back. I was just reading the revelation of Christ. Did you know that Christ looks just like you? He's a black man. He's black. See, he don't look like this, bro. He don't look like that at all, bro. But a lot of our people don't understand. They exactly. Thank you for listening, brother. Thank you, man. But in church, they don't teach us like that. They don't, because they don't want us to know who we are. They're getting paid by the government to lie to us, to rob us. Bro, we are Israelites, bro. And we have to come back to our God. We have to come back to these commandments. So in these last days, we don't get destroyed. Because right now, God, he's going to start killing a lot of people. FBG Duck, King Vaughn, niggas is dying, bro. Niggas is dying. Why? Because we curse. Why? Because we don't keep the commandments. We Israel, brother. We from the nation of Israel. My brother, what's your nationality? African American, this sort of thing. You can't come to Africa and America at the same time. How did the people, black people in America, how did they get here? Slave ships, right? It's in the Bible, my brother. Moses told the children of Israel that they will go into slavery if they don't keep the commandments. It's a curse. It's a curse. And we're cursed to this day. Why do you think we have to work for money to buy food, to buy drinks, to buy... Thank you, my brother. We have to keep the commandments. We from the tribe of, we are Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, brother. We are the original Jews, the original Hebrews. No one can ever change my mind. My mind has been founded because now I know who I am. Before I thought I was Jamaican. I thought I was Jamaican. How can I be Jamaican before 1962? There was no such thing as Jamaica. There was no Jamaica prior to 1962. How can you be African American? You cannot come from two different continents at the same time. My sister, what's your nationality? So, you know, that's our people. We gone, man. We done. I'm losing my voice, but bear with me. I'm going to read from the book of Leviticus. This was written by Moses. Moses wrote the first 5 books in the Bible called the Torah, Pentateuch, if you will. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 22. Ye shall therefore keep all my statutes and all my judgments and do them. That the land whither I bring you to dwell therein, spew you not out. Aren't we getting spewed out right now? We live in America, but we're getting killed in America. Why are we getting killed in America? Because we're cursed. Why are we cursed as a people? Because we do not keep the commandments. Verse 23, and ye shall not walk in the manners of the nations. Shall not walk in the manners of the nation which I cast out before you. The Most High God is telling Moses to tell the children of Israel that we're not supposed to do what everybody else does. Today is the Sabbath day. Today is a holy day to God. And we're not supposed to be buying. We're not supposed to be selling. We're not supposed to be working. We're not supposed to be cooking. We're not supposed to be doing anything pleasurable. And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation which I cast out before you. For they committed all these things, and therefore I abhorred them. God said he hates those things. He hates those things that all these other nations do. But listen, we're not supposed to follow. Listen to this. That means you come from the tribe of Egypt. May I ask you a question? How did the people of Puerto Rico, how did they get here? Slaves, right? Did you know that slaves are in the Bible? God told Moses to tell the children of Israel, God told Moses to tell us that if we don't keep the commandments, we will be cursed. And one of the curses is us going into slavery. See, so when we keep the commandments, it's going to be blessed. But if we don't keep the commandments, it's going to be cursed. Sister, did you know that you're not supposed to be wearing pants right now? Like, you're not because God said not to, you know, that's one of the commandments. You're an Israelite from the tribe of Ephraim, sis. Thank you. All right, sister? I'm out here because I love my people. And Christ said, if you love me, keep my commandments. But our people, they don't care about that because they don't know who Christ is. And Christ is not no white man, sister. He's a black man. And I'm going to read that out the Bible right now. Don't think I forgot. Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to shew his servants. To shew his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, who bear record of the word of God and the testimony of Jesus Christ, and of all things that he saw. So John seen these things and he wrote. Listen, it will be no different from me writing down what I'm seeing right now. And if you chose not to believe it, that's on you. But check this out. John saw what Christ looked like, and he was not no white man, my brother. Christ is a black man. My brother, what's your nationality? Where you from, brother? Are you here? African American? You're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. You come from Israel. We went into slavery for our disobedience to God. We got to keep the commandments, brother. Revelation chapter 1 and verse 12. John is saying he turned around. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me. And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. Yo, listen to this right here. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. So the texture of my hair is the same texture that Christ had. Christ had woolly hair. He was a black man. He was not no white man. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. This is why our people don't like to listen to the Bible, because they think that Christ looked like some white guy. And those are the same people that had us in slavery, so wow, you know, it's sad. And his feet like unto fine brass. Brass is the color of like copper. Brass is like the color of my skin. You know? And if John is saying that his feet was like unto fine brass, that means that there's no way that he could be a white man. Christ is not no white man. He's black. Christ is a black man. And he's coming back to save his people. Not everybody. The 12 tribes of Israel. Thank you, my brother. What's your nationality, brother?
Puerto Rican.
You Puerto Rican, brother?
From the tribe of Manasseh.
The tribe of Ephraim.
Manasseh.
Thinking Manasseh? All right. You can be right, but brother, you gotta keep the commandments. Keep the commandments, bro. Stop smoking, bro. Christ looked like he was burned in the full law. I'm gonna read that. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. Yo, if you burn anything, what color does it turn? Black! Christ was not no white man. If the man's foot looked like he was burned in a furnace, how the hell could he be a white man? And his feet like unto his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. And his voice as the sound of many waters. Christ was not no white guy. And with that, shalom, family. We are the 12 tribes of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. You gotta keep the commandments. If not, my brother, what's your nationality, my brother? What's your nationality? Where you from? Jamaica? You're from the tribe of Benjamin. You look just like Christ. You look just like him. That man look just like Christ. Damn.